Today, almost everything's digital. Our music lives in playlists, our books in apps, even our memories float in the cloud. Digital gave me access to millions of songs, but vinyl gave me back the meaning behind them. 2 years ago, I realized I wasn't actually listening to music. I was a hostage to Spotify's algorithm, and 85% of the time I'd skip the songs it recommended before they even finished. Even the tracks I loved were just playing, not really being heard. Music became just background noise for me, and one day I realized something needed to be changed. Back then, I didn't know much about vinyl, so I started watching tons of videos on YouTube, learning about different types of turntables, what you need to get started, which accessories actually matter, even how to drop the needle and everything in between. It felt like entering a different world. Vinyl didn't just play music, it invited me to experience it. While I was still deciding whether to buy a turntable, the exact model and color I wanted went out of stock, so I waited. A week, then two, still no luck. And one day, completely by accident, I saw an ad. A girl was selling the exact model in the exact color I'd been hunting for. She had bought it a couple of months earlier from the same store I'd been checking, played it just a few times and decided to sell it. So I contacted her and we agreed on the deal. And the next day, I brought that turntable into my room. I was excited to unpack it, but also a little bit nervous. I had watched so many videos, read so many guides, but now it was real. Touching the turntable felt different. It wasn't just another piece of tech, like a phone or a gamepad. It felt more like a time machine, offering a personal trip back to the past. I took my time setting it up, carefully double-checking everything, worried I might miss something. I really saw videos of people forgetting to remove the little plastic protection cover from the needle and then complaining that there was no sound. And before the first playing, there was some strange but excited feeling, like I was about to meet music for the first time. When I finally dropped the needle and heard the first crackle, time seemed to slow down. All the tutorials didn't prepare me for that moment. It wasn't just audio, it was atmosphere. It felt like the artist was right there in the room with me. I'm not saying vinyl sounds better than digital, it just sounds different. Somehow it felt warmer, more real, like music finally had a soul again. This video isn't about audiophilia or trying to look cool listening to vinyl. It's about something simpler, my relationship with music. I just decided to share my experience. So, the real question is, how did that relationship change, and why does vinyl make it work for me? First of all, I'd like to admit that when you are listening to vinyl, you are really listening to music, carefully and thoughtfully. It's not just background noise. What I'm trying to say is that you are concentrated on music. You can't just put the record on a turntable and walk to kitchen wash the dishes. There's no point in listening that way. That doesn't mean I sit motionless staring at the spinning record like a monument. I do some activities while the music plays, like flip through my art books, comic books, or even journaling. But those things are secondary. With vinyl, the music always comes first. The second thing that really works for me is listening to full albums from start to finish, just like the artist intended. Back when I listened to streaming, it were usually random songs from different artists and albums. It reminds me of my childhood, when I used to play cassette tapes from the beginning to end without skipping. Because an album isn't just a collection of songs, it's a concept, it's a story. I'm telling you this as a musician. A track outside an album might be just a cool song, but within the album it becomes a part of what the artist was really trying to say. And here's the thing, sometimes you don't connect with the song from the first listening. You might forget it, skip it, and lost forever in streaming. But with vinyl, when you are listening to full albums, those songs come back around, and sometimes on the second or third listen they hit you differently. And I've discovered some of my favorite tracks that way. And the third point is ritual. Like I said earlier, vinyl invites you to experience the music. It's not just clicking a recommended button and hoping for a good tune. You choose a record intentionally, take it out of the outer and inner sleeves, place it on the turntable, brush away the static with a carbon fiber brush and gently lower the needle. I usually make a coffee, a tea, or pour a glass of something to go with it. All of it, the choosing, the setup, the first crackle slows you down in the best way. You are not somewhere else, you are here, in the room, in the moment, in the music, and it feels alive. Vinyl helped me listen to music as music, not just as background noise. It brought moments of calm, focus and reflection into my life. Life moves fast, sometimes insanely fast, and vinyl gives me permission to slow down. I'm not saying you need to throw out your phone or cancel your streaming subscriptions. Not at all. I'm just sharing why it works for me. Over the past 2 years, I've built a small record collection I'm proud of, and I plan to keep growing it. Some albums I truly listened to for the first time on vinyl, and because I gave them my full attention, I discovered songs I might have skipped otherwise. Hidden gems waiting quietly in the grooves finally heard. So yeah, that's how vinyl changed me. It's not about being a collector or chasing a perfect sound, it's about connection. Connection with the music, connection with the moment. Music can ground you in a way nothing else does. Sometimes the smallest rituals bring the biggest peace, and for me that peace starts with a needle dropping on a spinning record. If you ever felt like music lost its magic, maybe it's time to try something new, to change your relationship with it. And if you already listen to vinyl, let me know in the comments how long and how big is your collection. Thanks for watching and good luck!